Ours is a small industry, and I think that's why we love it. That's why we're special. But they're two remarkable boatyards, started by Luke, respectively, and Joel, and their two remarkable sons who've been carrying on the traditions they began, those many years ago. Both Taylor and Steve are terrified we're going to sing their praises tonight.
I spoke to my mother in preparation for these remarks tonight, and she said all she had to offer was that Steve's first word was boat, and then it was all downstream from there. But when I heard the story, I was trying to picture my father-in-law, Luke Allen, calling my father, Joel White, to ask if he had anything useful to teach my husband, Taylor Allen, about boat building. I was aghast. And so I said to my father, "What did you say?" And anyone who knew my father, can just picture the smile that was playing on his face at the time. He said to me, "Well," he said, "I don't know. I hope so. I'll try anyway." And I guess it wasn't a problem because my father offered Taylor a job at Brooklyn Boatyard that winter. My grandfather did say, what's really important is to enjoy what you do. And I think Steve and Taylor both have taken that lesson to heart. They're certainly enjoying what they're doing.
When we first formed our partnership, we spent a lot of time trying to have this whole slate of how you're going to build a boatyard from nothing. And Taylor was always very positive and straightforward, and this is how we're going to do it. And Steve was always full of lots of really good ideas, and you get all excited about, they're going to have all these layout here, and this is going to be over here, and your travel is going to be over there, and we're going to build a bridge over here. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just really grateful to be part of that opportunity and to listen to their ideas, to learn from them, and to take my career a little bit further forward, because I'm always learning from these guys.
These guys build fast boats, and they've proven that with Joel White's elegant design, that fast can be and must be beautiful. Rockport built both keels for the 76s. Rockport built both houses. Brooklin built all the cabinetry. And that seems like the kind of sharing that they would do, and I wanted them to do. But I have to tell you two funny stories. Many of you don't know them, but some of these people do. When the keel went from Rockport to Brooklin, there were supposed to be 11 bolts coming up through the boat. And they had the boat up in the travel lift, and they wanted to lower it onto the keel. And unfortunately, there were 11 holes in the boat and 12 bolts on the keel. And the people in Brooklyn didn't want to embarrass themselves and call over to Rockport and ask them what the problem was. And they looked at the plans and they counted, and there were 11 bolts. And they looked up, and there's 11 holes, there's 12 bolts. So they finally called, where's John England? There's John in the corner. Well, he's the original jokester, so call John, and I think you said, John, if you count back 6 and tap it with a mallet, it'll fall off.
That's not the way it happened. Bob Stevens didn't miss a trick. He knew exactly which one was wrong.
Oh, he did? Well, I was a little worried, but they finally figured it out, and they got the keel on the boat, and it's still there, We've hit a few rocks. We've had a few incidents, but the keel is still there. Thank you.
Taylor, we've been accused of being a niche, or our boatyard is being in a niche. And if that's the case, we're in a very wide niche, because Taylor has always wanted to maintain a foothold in every different kind of wooden boat. Wooden boats, definitely. Steve, on the other hand, doesn't mind messing around with some of the other stuff. But Taylor wants to build wooden boats, but we'll build any method large or small, sail or power, it doesn't matter, and keep up with the restoration and our repair work. And all those things together, I think, have given us a really broad focus, which has brought some great customers like Ed and Marty to the yard to have their boats worked on. You've seen some of these pictures up here today, and my favorite memory of the two of them was these two hotshot owners of boatyards tooling around in Steve's work skiff at a fogged out ERR, barefoot and beer in hand, organizing dinghy races. And I'm saying, now there's a couple of good old boys, in spite of how talented they are, they're really just good old boys. But Taylor's also a very good practical joker. So when we launched the 46, the first 46, and Steve sailed Vortex over a week early and left it in the harbor, and because he wanted to match race against the 46. Well, Taylor sent a diver down, and he clamped on two big plywood gussets onto the side of the keel. So the match race didn't pan out exactly as he had thought. But these guys from Brooklyn aren't stupid either. They figured it out in a hurry. And I don't think you've actually gotten payback for that one yet.
Watching these two little companies just come from just small boatyards to what they are today, and the way you guys work together, it's just amazing. It should be in any business model. You know, it's so unique to Maine. And what you guys have done with two little companies is just amazing. And when I first started working at Brooklin Boatyard, somebody came up to me and said, "I don't know why you're working there. That kid is just going to drive that place right into the ground."
You know, we get to work with the boats that we love, for one thing, but more importantly, it's the people that are involved with it. You know, guys like John and other people at the yard are just terrific individuals, and I feel blessed to be able to work with such a talented and wonderful, interesting group of individuals, and the same is true of our customers, many of who are here tonight. And it's just been a remarkable, wonderful life, and you know, I'm not ready to retire just yet.
We have both been very fortunate to find careers that we love. We've both been very fortunate to work with our fathers. To get to know fathers in that kind of a way is a very different experience for a lot of people. The books that I hope someday will be written about Rockport Marine and Brooklyn Boatyard are really all about the people and the customers. The stories are amazing. They're very funny. The experience of working with Taylor and working with JB at Rockport, a lot of people have said, why in the world would you work against your competitor, with your competitors in such a way? What sense does that make? You know, aren't you cutting off your nose to spite your face? I absolutely think it's the other way around. It's really remarkable what can be done with a spirit of cooperation and faith. So, thank you very much, Mystic Seaport, WoodenBoat Magazine, and thank you very much all for coming in.
Yeah, terrific.
Wow.